Stephen Miller recently referred to American protesters as street terrorists. Let that sink in. Calling citizens who are exercising their constitutional right to protest terrorists isn't just offensive, it's downright dangerous. That's the kind of dehumanizing language that governments use to justify state violence. It's how you soften the public for something unthinkable. And now, Miller is claiming the president has so-called plenary power to use the U.S. military against American citizens. Let's get something straight right now. That is a bold-faced, manipulative lie. The U.S. military is not a domestic police force. Let me repeat that. The U.S. military is not a domestic police force. Using it against protesters would violate both the Posse Comitatus Act and the First Amendment itself. So when Stephen Miller twists the Constitution to justify violence against Americans with U.S. troops and armed forces, he's not defending it. He's rewriting it in real time to create a dictatorship and an authoritarian leader, an authoritarian government. And that brings us to the heart of it. People keep thinking Donald Trump is the mastermind behind all of this. But let's be honest, Trump isn't Uber A. If you watched Pretty Little Liars, you remember A. The person everyone thought was behind the chaos, but there was always someone bigger, someone darker, Uber A, quietly orchestrating everything while everyone chased the decoy. Trump is the decoy. He's A, the chaos, the face, the distraction. But the real Uber A is the network of power behind him, the billionaire donors, the think tanks, the extremist architects like Project 2025 and the Heritage Foundation that he distanced himself from, but found himself more so comfy and cozy with lately. They're rewriting the Constitution to make permanent a new system, one where the presidency becomes a throne and democracy becomes a very sad, distant memory we all wish still existed. Now don't get it twisted. Trump isn't innocent. He's not some clueless puppet. He's complicit. He has sold the United States to these forces in exchange for power, ego, and protection. He's turned the highest office in the land into a marketplace, auctioning off our freedoms to the highest bidder while pretending to be the savior of the working class people and Americans. Trump isn't absolved because he's being used. He's just as evil because he knows he's being used, and he's fine with it. He's willing to destroy democracy as long as he gets to sit on its ashes. But here's what people tend to forget. Trump will not live forever. He's not immortal. And when he's gone, when the man, the brand, the noise, the illusion are all gone, the damage he's helped set in motion will still be here. Because the system they're building behind, around, and in this man isn't designed to die with him. It's designed to outlive him. If we stand idly by while the structure cements itself into law, we'll wake up realizing we no longer have the power to speak up, to protest, to vote, or to even question it. That's why this moment matters. Not because of Trump's life, but because of what will survive after it. We have a window right now to remove him from power, to dismantle this machinery before it hardens into permanence. Because once it's codified, once democracy becomes just a memory in a textbook, it won't matter who's sitting in the Oval Office. This isn't about one man's presidency anymore. It's about what kind of country we'll be once he no longer exists to distract us from what's being built in his name. Dictators and dictatorships don't begin with huge tanks in the streets. They begin with lies, with words like street terrorist. They begin when the public stops knowing what's true. They begin when chaos becomes so constant that control starts to feel like relief. That's the stage we are in right now. And this is why it's not enough to hate Trump or discredit or disprove his presidency. We have to understand the machine behind him, follow the donors, trace the money, expose the policy papers being drafted in the dark. And if you are so much MAGA, I plead to you to understand, open your eyes, and educate yourself. Because Trump may be the mask, but Uber A is the hand that wears it. The fight for democracy isn't a shouting match. It's a test of endurance currently. We fight with truth. More importantly, we fight with education. We fight by refusing to let them twist our Constitution into a weapon that supports them and demonizes us as Americans. The Constitution wasn't written to protect a president. It was written to protect people like you, like me, like every American in this nation from a rogue president. And the moment we remember that is the moment we start winning again.